Okay, well, I'm back on the ASRock again. Took a little break there for a while, and I think what we'll do now is boot this thing up into Fedora 26 and see if we can find a hardware lister. I'm looking at my notes down here, or hard info apps in the repos, and run them and see how, with both hard drives in it, and see if it makes any difference. Well, I mean, just see if it seems okay. I mean, I did run it in part of Magic, one of those apps. I don't remember which one. I can't remember the name of it. I always forget that stuff. So let me see. We can get on the camera, and again, it's blurry, but at least it's closer and straight on. It's best I can do with these phone cameras. When you zoom in, things get blurry, and if you, I don't have a place. I mean, I would need it to be right here in front of my face like that to be in the right place, you know, and you just don't have any way to do that. So we'll just leave it like that, and at least I can, you get the idea what's going on, and I just have to show and tell for sure. Kind of show, mostly tell. So if I can get my KVM switch to switch over. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to boot it up normally. I got the cover off now because I had was unplugging the hard drive and stuff earlier. Of course, you can't see any of that the way I have the camera set now, but yeah, I'm just booting to the hard drive, so I don't need to hit F11 or anything. Yeah, it already went to Fedora. And in the previous video, I tried again one more time with boot repair disk, another rescue Linux rescue CD. Well, of course, I put it on the USB stick, but rescue system, and it said it fixed it like the other one, like Rescue Tux did, but it still can't run. I think that the boot is fixed, and it may have never actually been broken, and that there's something wrong with the file system. I can read it in Linux and Gparted. I mean, yeah, Parted Magic. I can read it in Fedora. I'll look through it. So it's not, completely broken. And it said it was the disk. When I went to the disk I went to the normal Windows rescue terminal. Let me just put in my password here. And remembered how to get to C drive and actually C drive was the hidden system drive, and D drive was C, I believe is the way it turned out. But they get reordered when you boot to a CD or a USB or something. But anyway, I did looked at what folders were on the system, and then I ran check disk. And it said it couldn't do it. It said that both of them, it said they were locked. The discs were locked. And so I don't know what's going on. And maybe that's why it won't boot. But I can read the files. It's not like it got hit by, a crypto locker or something like that. They're not encrypted. So I don't quite get what's going on with it. Let's see. There it is. There's the drive right there. And all I have to do is put in my root password. Let's see. And I'll be able to go through the files. I still don't have anything added to this, just the basic file manager. I like to use Crusader, the twin panel. I was just sitting there thinking I might want to go ahead and copy. I can do that, but yeah, here's the whole every folder still there. I saw one when I was looking at it. Yeah, rescue CD logs. Let's see if I can do a send to. I don't want it to go into the desktop. I want it to go to my 31 gigabyte volume. Well, that's where it's at. I want to send it to my I don't know why it's like that. I want to send it to my documents folder, but I can do copy and then go to documents in here somewhere. You can do well, first I want detailed list, and then you can do maybe this one doesn't do that. Some of these file managers, these you can actually do a dual panel in them. I don't think this one will do it after all. Okay, so in that case, I'll open up my home directory in another window, and then I'll just do some copying and pasting, I guess. Okay, actually, let's go back, and I'll just copy that whole folder. There we go. Now let's see what's in that log. List of objects scanned. Why is it going crazy? What's going on there? Uh-oh. I heard a noise on the hard drive. Maybe there's my answer to my whether or not it can run 2 hard drives. One of them's acting up. I don't know which one. One of them's starting and stopping. Maybe it can't handle both. Maybe that's what could be what killed the other one. Now it's working again. No, it's blinking like crazy. So it's just saying it's scanned. What drives it scanned in there is all it's saying. I don't know what that was. Let's see if I can see. I don't think there's really any important documents in there, but let's see if I can get them before it's too late. Sure wouldn't be terrible if it messed up this other drive that I just put in it. Just copy. I think that is the only folders that had anything in it. I wish I could read the voltage. Guess I could get my multimeter out and try to read the voltage while it's sitting there. Yeah, there's no... Oh, the pictures, yeah. Screenshots and all that stuff. I'm just going to hurry up and copy my pictures. Let's see, how can I do this? I'm going to select them all and copy them just like they are. Then I'll worry about what folders they're in later. There's a bunch of screenshots that aren't in the... there's a bunch of screenshots that aren't in the screenshots folder. No videos. Oops. No music. Now let's see if any of the other users in there have. If there was anything, it would just be. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe there's going to be anything else in there. Go to all users first. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there would be anything in there. I was having trouble with the drive getting filled up, so I actually couldn't put anything on it. I haven't heard any more strange noises from the... No, there's something NVIDIA. That's something got put in there from installing NVIDIA drivers. Some sort of backgrounds or something. Yeah, sample pictures. This is in public. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's where they're putting the sample pictures and stuff in the public folder. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I'm worried about on that drive. Just very few things. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let me switch back do that. That I'm talking about is getting out my multimeter and checking the voltage over on the okay, now I'll grab that camera that's pointing at me and I'll point it at the machine and I'll flip it back so that we can see what's on the screen. I'm going to KVM switch. And well, I guess I'm going to need to, yeah, I'm going to need the wireless mic and everything because I'm going to move away from this one. So let me get it. It's not working. Can't get in there with my long stick whenever I have my mic moved up there. Okay. That's what I was looking for, my bag that I have to put my wireless mic in so that I can wear it. Wireless mic being one of my phones with a lapel mic plugged into it, and then it's streaming just audio only, no video. The other ones, you know, they're streaming video only. So that way the audio comes from here and the video comes from, you know, whichever cameras I have displayed in OBS Studio. Okay, let's make sure it's all working before we decide that we're good. Get this on. I said about to decide I wasn't going to use it, but then when that happened, I was like, oh. Okay, so control 3. I don't see audio signal though. Check 1, 2. Maybe I didn't hit it right. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. I'm gonna have to look at it and see. It's not sending a signal. It's been on a long time, and actually I ended up having to reboot the router earlier. But the cameras were still up, so I didn't reboot them. And I didn't bother with this because, oh, it's still in the app. It just wasn't. I guess it doesn't look like it was. The streaming got stopped somehow. There we go. Now then, are we working? Check 1, 2. Nope. Let me go off to something else and then back to it. Let's see. Check 1, 2. There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Check 1,
2.
Sometimes you just switch from one scene to the other, and then it works again. The cameras do that.
I didn't know the mic did that.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll get rid of the other mic so that we don't have echo. Okay. Now we should be okay. Yeah, looks okay. Looks okay in the screen there. You wouldn't be able to do this without those visual, you know, meters to tell you if things are working. And I like to stay on that screen so that I can always look back up there and see if things are working. But when you get off, you know, like if I want to show a camera pointing at a screen, then I have to get off of it on my KVM switch. Okay, I'll leave it on both cameras right now. That way we can see, we can all see later. You can see it if you're watching now or later when I watch it. I can see the screen on one side and the machine on the other. Oops, this on. This is always tricky to remember how to do it, how to get a hold of it. And then I've already got it on, so it yanks on it whenever if I let it drop too far, because I've got it all set to the right length and everything. Okay, now let me grab a cord so that when I move the camera I can plug it in. Okay, now, in order to plug it in, I got to unplug the power supply up there, and it's really hard to get to. I plugged another one. I plugged them both up there, the one for the mic and this one. And now I see that that was a mistake. I don't think I can reach it from this side. Let's try really hard. Oh, there we go. Actually, ow. Can't get it to come out. Ow, that hurt. Got my thumbnail hung under it in a weird way. I can't believe that is that hard to get loose. Well, let's see. Okay, the one that actually goes with it was easy to get loose. The one that I had plugged into the mic was hard to get loose. About to break things. There, I have a paper towel rack in here, and I was, oh, this is live, okay. I have a paper towel rack in here, and I was about to break it, I think. It was sure making noise. My arm was kept resting on it when I was trying to reach over there. Okay. Now, we're not aimed too badly, actually, to start with. Okay, there we go. That's where I'm going. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to get my multimeter, and I'm going to see if I can tell if there's a voltage drop at those inputs to the hard drives. See if my if that power supply, just can't handle 2 hard drives. It's the best way I can think to try to figure out what's going on. I was getting ready to run those stress tests, blowfish and stuff on it, but it's not really gonna tell me about my power supply. It just runs all that processor and GPU testing and all that stuff. I mean, what I was thinking is, well, if it doesn't do well in that, or I could compare it to the one I ran with one hard drive the other day, and if it doesn't seem to be doing well now, then it would give me an idea. But this sounds to me, what I just now thought of sounds better. Hopefully. Okay, let's see. I think I'll move the keyboard before I won't accidentally press buttons on it. And I don't know if that can be read by the video camera, but at least it's facing that way and I can see it still. If I do that, I get a reflection, so like that's actually better, aiming towards the camera. Okay, now should be able to I hear a hard drive turning on and off when I move that cable. And I believe it was the 30 gig. Maybe there is a problem with the connector itself, because that's what was happening with that one that was bad. Now, it's really hard to, I don't have long enough pointers on these to get in there, and there we go. 1196. It's just staying there at 1196. Oh, it changed. Well, but the voltage is good. I hear it going on and off. 509. Okay, now let's try this one. But my operating system's okay. So it is the other one. If Fedora was down, then I would know it was that one. So, you know, it would be really weird if 2 hard drives died on the same machine. 12 even. And it's just staying right there. Okay, now let's try this one. I'll try to use the ground wire that goes to that thing this time. Yeah, 509, 5.09 is what I'm saying. 5.09. Yeah, when I move that, it makes that hard drive go. I think it's going on and off. But I tested on this Y that I've made, and I couldn't catch it doing that with the continuity tester. Now it's 1203. Now it's not going to do it for me, now that I can actually see the reading. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is doing it. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, I heard it. When I'm moving the connector with my leads, but that just means I'm disconnecting them, you know. Whoops. Moving those wires is doing something. Yeah. Suddenly that thing's making noise. But Fedora's still running open. I mean, it's not locked up or anything. So, see if we can get to that drive again. Looks like we can. And make that full screen. I don't think there's anything else I want out of there. I wish I could find the right. Well, now it quit responding. Oh, it locked up. Yep, it locked up. You know, didn't it do that on the 32-bit, 64-bit? Well, it's hard to shut it down. There's no use in it trying to do damage to anything. I don't know that it would, but you know, if the hard drives are making noise, like if they're getting powered on and off with the system running, that's not really good. And that's what it sounded like was happening. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unplug my Y. I'm going to quit fiddling around with trying to do 2 operating systems on it. I'm just going to see if it's going to work right with one. Because now I'm concerned about that. This machine could have more trouble than I thought. I'm even going to unplug. Actually, I'm just going to, I'm going to go ahead and take that hard drive out of there. Because I do not, yeah, I think that's enough to give me a clue. I should quit fooling with it. Let's see, well, it's kind of hard to get that cage back in there with it standing up, but we'll see if we can do it. I have done it before, I think. Okay, so that's the same thing it did on Party Magic 64-bit. And I wonder if this machine, even though it's supposed to be 64-bit capable, it's not able to handle it well for some strange reason. And well, but the hard drives are making all that noise. It sounded like it's going on and off. That would be the most logical thing. And I know that this, no matter what, I already tried, you know, the, which one? Oh, that's the Maxter. Okay. That's the one I want out. It's the 30 gigabyte drive. I'm going to take it out. And we're just going to go with one drive. And then if we still have trouble with it, then I will figure that, you know, would be the power supply is it's you know, working and not working. It's probably, you know, like doesn't have enough amperage. May have the voltage, but it doesn't have the amperage that it needs. to run the system right. So yeah, this hard drive can be used for something else. It doesn't look to me like it's a good idea to try to run 2 hard drives in this thing. And I believe it's on cable select, so we should be good there. Okay. I need to find my screw that I want to put back in there. There we go. Now, ow, that hurt. You have to get those wires up out of the way and get it hooked on all these little hooks inside of there all at the same time. That's why it's usually easier to lay it down. Yeah, all it's doing is scooting all over the place. I kind of didn't want to do that because of all my cables that are hooked up, but I just have to pay attention. It definitely makes it easier to get everything lined up. You got cables to deal with, and they just fight. They fight to go back in the wrong place. They just love going in the wrong place. So yeah. Okay. Glad I had that door open. I had kind of wanted to shut that door on the side of the computer. Well, now it's really loose. This one is just a loose, easy to plug and unplug deal. The hard drive, I thought it was the connector that was really tight, you know. Now let's make sure everything is tight and in its place. Okay. So maybe I've gotten my answer before I got to do any of that other fooling around. Definitely had me off my goal of just getting this thing up and running. All I really need is to get it up and running with Fedora 26. Get my mom's stuff on there so she can use it for a while. And then, after I get her system all upgraded, then I can decide what really I want to do with this one. Okay. The stuff is all falling out of there. There we go. Okay, now let's put this back over here so that if I need to hit a key during boot or something, I can. And now that I've unplugged the this one, let's see if I can make it reach. This cable's extension cord is pretty long, so see if it'll reach back over there with it plugged into that. Otherwise, I'll have to re-plug things in a different way. I think it may reach. I may want it. I don't really need it on me that much, do I? I'm sorry. I'm confused. Let's just put it right back where it was. Showing the side of the computer would be a lot more helpful than showing my face. Now, let's get it back like I had it. There. That should be good. Okay. I may have to come running right back over here to work on things. So, uh-oh, my chair was too far back. I nearly knocked my thing over. That'll probably need re-aiming now. Nearly knocked over my mic stand with the camera on it. Okay, let's see. Well, let's leave that up there until I'm really ready to, sure I'm ready to use it. Let's check everything and make sure I'm not talking to nothing, to nobody. Make sure my stream is working, then I'll boot it back up. Yeah, you can see the top of my head when I get up there, can't you? Okay, so what I'll do is, oh, that's not aimed right. Oh, yeah, because I banged into it. It's not even showing the... How did it do that? It's like it, I think it dropped down some. Evidently it did. Let me turn it. And I don't know why it would. I got tape on it. I didn't really want to use tape because I knew it would be a problem. I may have to get up. I'm going to have to get up and do this. Okay. Wait. Maybe I'm... It looked like it was cutting off the top of the monitor is what I thought, but it's not. It's just so black up there. Oh, I see. Well, I can fix it still. I don't have to raise the... Can't figure out which way to go. Left to right. Let's see. I'm trying to tap it down without it dropping completely. Of course it did. Oh, I need to raise it. There. Now that's got it more in the middle, so it has a little more slack in there. Okay. I put my tape back down to try to lock it. Lock it in place. It didn't. It moved again. Even with 2 rubber bands on there pretty tight, it still moves. I didn't wrap the tape all the way around. I just went up and down on the mic just to give it some resistance to turning. I don't know if it's going to stay though. It wants to go that one direction for some reason. Don't know why. Now is it going to stay this time? It wouldn't be good if it kept moving because I would never know it. It should be, I should have it more secure than that because if I bang it with the chair, it needs to stand up to that because I'm liable to do that again. Okay, let's see. Well, it seems better now. Not that good. All right, well, while I'm here, I'm going to redo that tape in maybe a different way because it's... Oh, no, it's stuck pretty good now. Yeah, I better do something. I didn't want to spend forever doing this in the middle of my videos, I think. There. Now with the tape off, it really does spin easy. See, it was helping. Do anything that'll help. That seems to make a difference. Okay. Just don't bang into it. This for now, okay? All right. Now. Okay. Well, now you can see the layout of where I'm at. Pretty good. Let's see. What do we want to do? We'll boot it up. Oh, before I go booting it back up, go to the desktop to make sure my stream's still okay. Yep, looks like we're good there. Okay. All right, now I'll go back to 1 and 2 until I get it booting up, and then we'll probably switch to. Oh no, switch to the one I needed on because I need to be. I need to have the. I gotta have a drink. I need to have the. This KVM switch off of this machine and over onto that one. So I'll put it on cam 2 and show the closer view of the monitor, or whenever I'm, switch, I'll see it. And let's go ahead and get off the wireless mic and get on the SM50.
Okay, back on the 58. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to boot up. I thought I might show both. Oh, I did it again. I thought I might show both, but yeah, you know what? Let's do that because you can't really read the screen. So just, it's a representation either way. So of what's going on. So this way you can see what I'm doing, see the size of the machine, and see at least a smaller view of the screen. I think that'll be better at this point. Okay, booting up as normal. I actually got over there in time, I think. I mean, I don't know if the keyboard's, latched on yet, but that's okay. I'm not going to use it yet. And I'll just leave my wireless mic on this time in case I need to use it. I mean, I'm wearing it, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Now, let's see if it starts acting up again. If this silly machine is not even running right at all, then I won't be able to let her use it. I'll have to use one of those older machines. I could have been, my hunch about my worries, actually, not so much of a hunch, but worries, because I knew that I guess it is sort of a hunch, but I mean, I knew that ever since I got this thing, I knew the caps were swollen in the power supply, and I knew it was a small wattage power supply, so I've been concerned about it. Looks like the desktop icons are not out. They had a space where that hard drive used to be showing. So let's go to the documents. Let's see. Yep. Okay. ETP server log. What is the ETP server log? That opened up with AbiWord that time. Don't see anything yet. There we go. The video's not working right. It's still doing that. So there's more problems with this machine than I thought. Maybe my hunch that it can't run 64-bit right is right, but why? I didn't see anything like this happen when I was running Windows 7 64-bit. Quit doing it now. It'll do it when I roll my mouse wheel up and down, but that little, I guess you could see the blinking at the top of where the white space is in this file. I guess you could see it before. I don't know for sure. Let's see. 192.168.0.111 connected. User anonymous. Unix emulated. This was on ETP server. Maybe I had turned on, there's an app I use on Windows to start up an SSH FTP server so I could copy files. Maybe it was from that. Wait, I think I saw a file name. Might have been saying what it was. Let's see. ETP, hearing passive, kicks off Office. Well, I was copying phone files, that's for sure. Phone files about the phone. Okay. Well, anyway, that's kind of a sidetrack. But it is still acting a bit strange, though, the system is. And I'm kind of thinking that it may just, Well, basically it crashed, but you might not be able to see it on the video. But it wasn't just a a blank screen. It was like white or beigeish colors. It was in triangular shapes all over the screen. It's done that several times. It's done that several times, and it did it. It was doing it in. It would kept doing it in Parted Magic when I'd forget and boot it to the 64-bit. If I remember right. But then when I booted in 32-bit, it never did that. That's why I'm getting that clue and that hunch that this is 64-bit Fedora 26. So that's why I'm kind of going, okay, can it just flat not run? I'm going to move these. Let's see. I'm going to say copy in case anything goes wrong. Like if it doesn't work right, I won't lose them. Paste. Okay, that worked. So now I can go ahead and delete all those. I don't need a desktop INI in a Linux system. Okay, now the Google Photos backup folder is not necessary. That was from the Google Photos. It's just a default folder that Google Photos puts in there, but I didn't have anything in it. Okay. I already opened that. Let's see if it does that crazy thing again. It's not what I intended to open. I was going to open that PDF. It's doing it again. It could be that AbiWord is just doing that. I bet you can see that blinking. It's just blinking all, now it quit. Could be AbiWord doing that. Let's open up something else and see if it does that. Thing is, it was doing that a while ago and then it locked up. This is the ASRock user manual, the motherboard. It's not doing that, so could be. Now we're in. Oh, that's AbiWord. Maybe AbiWord is just doing that. I don't use it anymore. I used to a long time ago. Huh. It's really doing it big time. And it's not a big file. This one's not for sure. Okay, well, let's try other apps. Let's try the web browser. That would be the most resource user. I can't remember if I've ever even done the first updates on this thing yet or not. I was thinking about installing TeamViewer so I could do remote desktop in the video. And I thought, well, I really ought to do my first updates first before I do that. Okay, now it's not doing it in Firefox. Edit images with GNU. That's just the news page. Okay, I'm going to go to YouTube. I already did this once. There's my channel. It's still in the memory. Recently visited pages. Oh yeah, I remember I can't play my live video without adding some more stuff to some plugins and stuff. Let's see if it'll play it this time. Chat window's there, but probably come up in a minute with that little error saying it can't play it. Says it can't play that because I'm using a FLV flash FLV video file streaming. It actually streams really good, and that's the default for OBS Studio. So I figured that was. I think at the beginning when I first started using OBS Studio in the older version, I think I tried MP4s and stuff because they make a good best quality for the smallest file size of the codecs that I've used a lot of them. So of the ones I've used, MKV I think it might be about the same too. I don't think it's going to play anything there. Let's see. Go back, and now I'll just pick one of my videos. Let's see. Oh, that's the one I just got through streaming. We'll just. Oh, it's not ready to watch yet. It hasn't been finished processing. I did. Let's see. Let's look at that one. Yesterday's or day before or whatever. Now it's gonna play. Once they've been processed, I guess they convert them. YouTube converts them because once it's been finished processing, then it'll play. So I guess it converts it to I don't know what. Haven't paid any attention. I guess you could find out if you downloaded it or something. Let's go ahead and I have my audio plugged in and everything, but you can't really. Oh, there you go. That's all washed out. And yesterday I figured out it's really easy to. Yeah. Okay, so not having a problem now. I think AbiWord is just acting weird. Let's go into DNF and see if it shows. I don't see anything coming up there saying it needs updating. Let's see. This is XFCE, so it's different in how you get to stuff. I don't see DNF or package manager or anything in there. Let's see. Administration, it must be up in there. Settings. Should see something. Updates or something in there. There, Yum Extender DNF. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for DNF. I wasn't looking for Yum. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that, I mean, I don't think it's a, yeah, there's a bunch of updates. Let's see. I haven't done the first updates yet. I'd probably want to do that in the command line. Well, there's not that many. Usually the first update, a lot of time, most of the time it won't run. It hangs up. But if you'll do your first update in the command line, then after that it's usually okay. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. So that would be, you know, before you decide if it's broken, you want to do your first updates. Guess I'll do that. Well, no, you don't want to do updates while it's in case if it's you think it might crash. Let's run. Let's see. I'll do the app search. See if there's any hardware app on here. Hardware. It doesn't have any of that. So I either go ahead and start the update and hope it doesn't crash, or try. I think I'll go ahead and try to install one of those hardware testing apps first. I'd rather it crash installing one app than doing all this important updates if it's going to crash. Already forgot. There it is. Administrator DNF. Okay. Yeah, we'll see something I installed. Now I got to set this to where I can. Okay, now there's the search, but you also need. I forgot how you do it. My monitor is not centered right. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. Maybe it'll, yeah, adjust. There we go. I couldn't see all the words. Now, oh, there we go. I want the one prefix. I want keyword. I think would in fields. Specified package fields. I can't remember. Containing package names containing search key. I'm going to try fields first. Oh, and description. There we go. There we go. And you always want to click all, either fields or keyword. I'm not sure which is going to. Otherwise, you won't find a darn thing in there. The default is ridiculous. It doesn't work. Okay, hardware lister. I think it might be hard info. It's probably supposed to be one word, but it probably won't matter. Oh, I hit enter and it didn't seem to be doing anything, but I think it was working the whole time. That sounded too much, so it was finding hard and info instead of making it a phrase. So, but that didn't work. Well, let's see if we can just find it in this long list here. I don't see it. As LSHW, that's hardware lister. See, hardware lister can be kind of hard to find. Oh, and there's a GUI and I want hardware lister. Because I know it's okay. I just can't remember. It seems like hard info was the really good one. Maybe it has a dash in the middle of it. Maybe that'll help. It finds nothing. Let's see if I change that thing to keyword, what will happen? Nothing. I'm going to say hardware info. Oh, why don't I just say hardware? Well, maybe that may have messed it up. Fields might be better. Nope. Oh, yeah, see, fields is the way to go. Hardware info. Now that's better. Yeah. LSHW, that's hardware lister. I don't see any other hardware apps. Period. Wait. Hardware detection and classification utilities. There we go. Python hardware. That might be good. Hardware detection. Why is there more than one of them? Could be that one of them's 64-bit and the other one's not. It says Python 3. Oh, Python and Python 3. Looks like we already have Python 3 installed, so let's just go with that. The one right below it, Python 3. I believe that's the Python 3. Information library, building support. Okay, well anyway, I'm not sure what all it has to do, but it's got some stuff that works, makes Python 3 work, and apps that are written in Python 3. For some reason they keep using Python, Python 2, and Python 3. It's all right there in a row. And there's another one, generate various system information. Recap, okay. There's one that gets information. You can't want to do that. Okay. It's cutting it off until you roll it back up for some reason. I think that one might not be a GUI app though. Tip top. Hardware monitoring. I don't know if that's GUI either. Used to could always, I'll go ahead and get it. Well, none of them are big. So, used to you could reorganize it by you only want to see GUI apps or command line apps or whatever, you know. See, there's one, there's an i686 and a 64-bit. That's what you got to pay attention to. But you don't want to just say only see a 64-bit, then you won't see the no architecture ones because they'll run just fine. And you sometimes that's your only choice, you know. Oh, for application developers, hardware discovery, power management, network management. I don't know if that would be KF5 solid. I'm going to see. it might be something I could use, even though I'm not trying to develop applications. Hardware detection and classification utilities. Well, I better click that, even though it just says Python hardware. It may, that Python 3 hardware might be part of that. After all, I'm not sure. Detect hard drives, so-and-so, so-and-so. Either way, oh, no, that says different functionality. Okay, so I think that's it. I have to go over and over these things. I'll miss what I want. Okay, now where's the button to make it work? I guess it's the gear. Yeah, apply pending actions. Okay, that's plenty of stuff, but they're not. It's 89 megabytes, so it's not going to be a lot. Well, I need a new theme. I do not like all that. Can't find the bars to grab things and all that. They have popping in and out. I haven't even bothered to change the theme yet. I mean, it looks fine, but I don't like that things being a different way than what I'm used to. I would do it right now, but I don't want to. Especially when it crashed a while ago. I haven't ever. That's the first time I've seen it crash on the running off the hard drive. It did on Party Magic, and that happens sometimes with those live systems. Some of them just don't run well on certain hardware, you know. But Fedora 26, you know, any Fedora shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Usually, it's not normal anyway for Fedora. Once it's released, now if it was that alpha, yeah, I might do that. But of course, I normally use Mate, and this is XFCE. It could act a little different, you know. I kind of think I remembered after keeping on seeing that strange shaking and jerking looking video, you know, in the video that ASRock has always done stuff like that. I haven't seen it again since I quit. First time I saw it, I thought, well, I don't think when it locked up, I wasn't in it. I don't think I was running ASRock. I think it was the one of the text viewing apps. But I think that maybe I have made my decision. I think I don't want to keep fooling with that, trying to run the other hard drive. I kept having a kind of a hunch that probably shouldn't even try it on this one. Well, more than a hunch. I mean, I know that a 200 watt, I believe it's 200. Yeah, it's 200 even, not 250 watt power supply is probably really pushing it with an AMD dual core processor, 2 gig of RAM, and you know, and the hard drive and the couple of fans. 2 hard drives, I think you might just push it too far, even if it's if the power supply is in good shape. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. I just kept saying, well, it's got a Molex and 2 SATA connectors on that cable. It ought to be able to handle it, you know. And maybe in theory, of course, it shouldn't have had bad caps. The original motherboard shouldn't have had bad caps, and it shouldn't have died. But it actually was still running like that, just acting crazy. The system was acting crazy. So, you know, I opened up the box, looked in there, I was like, holy crap, look at that. I mean, they had popped. There was 3 or 4 that had popped and leaked all their juice out, and the thing was still running, just running very bad and acting crazy. Okay, so that did everything just fine. And now it'll show all those updates, but I'll worry about them later. Okay, now let's see if any of them show up. There's hardware lister. Yeah, it may be. Let's run it first, and then I'll see if I can find any of the others. Yeah, if it seems like it's going to run okay, then I'll go ahead and see if I can install either TeamViewer or yeah, I'll try that first because it's easy. I used to be at first when I first started using TeamViewer, I was partial to using the ones that I'd always used, but it used to be super easy just to install. Vino was what I always used. PNC server, install it, and then the control apps are already built into the system, but they're not there. They weren't in 25. I don't think they were there in 23, but I did install Vino, and what I installed, I think I just installed Vino, and then I was able to get it going. I don't remember what I had to do now, but I'm trying to look and see if there's anything like that in there while I'm waiting. I think it's that app. Oh, I was waiting for that app to do its scan, but it's not going to do it till I click on stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's anything about remote desktop. Nope, I don't see anything about remote desktop in there at all. Yeah, it used to come in all the Fedora systems, and it was so useful. It's really what taught me how to do it on Linux. Okay, so I guess, yeah, if I hit refresh, then it scans. It doesn't do it until you hit refresh. So, product to be filed by OEM. How funny. Then you click on the desktop computer, then you click on motherboard. Then you can finally start clicking on and seeing stuff. AMD Athlon dual core 4050E. That's what it is. 2100 megahertz. Its width 64 bits. Clock 200 megahertz. Capability 64 bits. Extension x86-64. It's posted. Of course, you couldn't even install the 64-bit OS if it 2 gig of RAM. If it this device hasn't been claimed, what device? It's 32-bit memory, which I don't know. I mean, I don't pay attention to that normally. I just saw it. 66 megahertz. I thought it was 666 or something like that. RAM memory. Oh. Oh, there's another one that's down. Oh, I see. There's another RAM memory. This device hasn't been claimed. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay. They're a pair of, they're a matched pair of the ones that came in with the original E-machines. USB. Every time that comes up, then I can't see what's over here. Can bring that over some there. PCI bridge. N4 630A, that's the onboard NVIDIA video chip on it. Okay, so that's what we got. I think we can do a report. And this is not the one that's as in depth. I don't think it will do. You can hit save. Oh, I had to run it as root, so LSHW. It's really kind of, I'm going to save it in the root. Well, I don't want to. Yeah, I'll save it in my documents folder, but it will have the permissions of root, but I'll have to end up changing them. But hardware lister report. All right, and then LSHW. I remembered that. Well, it's up at the top. That way I'll know which app it is. Okay. This one doesn't do any of those tests or anything, I don't believe. No, it doesn't. So this is not the one that Party Magic has. Let's look into system, hardware lister. I think pretty much all those other apps I installed are probably terminal apps. Yeah, I don't see a single other app. So every one of those others I installed were terminal apps. And I don't like not being able to know that ahead of time. I don't think there's anything that tells you. I mean, I guess if you read every detail of the description, some of them don't tell you. Some of them do, some of them don't. That's why I don't just read every detail looking for that. Usually. Okay. I'm going to reboot it into Parted Magic and run that thing in there. And this time, I'll write down that name of that app, and maybe I can find it in the repos. So let's just shut it down. It ran okay this time, so maybe I won't be in trouble after all. I was beginning to worry that this machine was messed up. And before I go ahead and boot it back up, I'm going to check on everything, make sure I have the scene that I want and oh yeah, okay, that's how I was doing it. There's no need to show the side of the machine any longer, I don't think. So when I come back, I'll change it to, I guess, just the screen. But let's go ahead and do this again. Make sure the streams all looks good, and then I have audio and all that stuff. Only way really to know for sure is to listen to the stream a little bit. I mean, I can look at the I can look at my meter there and see that, but I usually don't do that because it's annoying to me to see that. But yep, it's working. I usually don't. Okay, and okay, we made over an hour already. Okay, so we got a good stream still. Got audio. Yeah, I don't. I didn't end up even doing anything on the side of the machine during all that time. So let's go to just the monitor view. Even though it's a blurry view, you can tell more about what I'm doing over there that way. And go back. So it's showing that machine and not this one. Okay, now I'll boot up Parted Magic. Oh, well, let's see if it'll. Well, let's hit F11. That's too late now. Should have hit F11 and make sure that it's. Yeah, it's not catching that the first time I booted up into that. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because I'm putting it in there while it's turned off. If I put it in there when it's running, it probably might see it. Be more likely to see it. I'll just use the F11 and do it that way. Yeah, that works okay. Even though that goes off to the side for some reason. It doesn't always do that. Sometimes it's right in the middle where it should be. Yeah, I want to see. Of course, I've already ran it like this before, this app, but I want to see what it is. I want to install it if I can get it. I've written it down many times, and I forget. I got so many sticky notes. You can see them in the videos sometimes. Well, that's just a small fraction of how many I've got. Let's see, trying to help me remember stuff. Let's see, what am I wanting? Parted Magic, but I don't. Yeah, okay. I want the 2013, but I want to run 32-bit from what I remember. Okay. Okay, that is the default 32-bit, but I think I went to the 64 thinking that'd match this machine better since 64-bit machine, but that and it running from RAM usually takes longer to boot, but it's actually on these newer machines it doesn't take that long. So get me another cough drop. Throat's already getting kind of raw. Okay, got our tiny little text on our boot screen. Party Magic has nice colors. It's not like all those others, plain old black and white. It's kind of nice because you see that green done, you know that's good, you know, it's doing it. I can't remember, I think. Oh yeah, it's pretty fast. Boy, it used to take a long, well, I guess it's just because the machines are older that I was booting to, but that's fast. For Party Magic. Yeah, it only uses 107 megabyte of RAM. It uses a lot of CPU though. See, it's already using, well, it went back down now, but it was up to half, you know, half of the CPU. Now it's using, well, it was 13%, now it's down to 1. So, of course, that's as it's finishing booting up. Okay, this is an i686, 2100 megahertz. There's that 2110. I think it's 2110. I want System Profiler, but that is, I don't think that's the name. Yeah, System Information. I guess it's just called System Information. Hard Info? Hard Info. Well, I searched for that and didn't find it. Yeah. I'm writing down. Hard Info. So I did have it right. But it's not available in the Fedora repos. I guess that's why I have so much trouble. Oh, that's what I typed in. I'll have to look again. But so I believe that, yeah, as soon as it opens up, it has the, well, you may have to click on one of these to get, this is all the same, you know, information, but a whole lot more of it. This one's really detailed. I'm going to say generate a report, and it already looks like everything's selected, but I'm going to click select all. Generate. And yeah, I don't have, let me get the, I don't have it mounted. I'm going to get the, see if I can mount the hard drive of the system so I can put it right on there. 232. See if it can do it. I don't know if it can, that's an LVM. I don't know if it can do that. Yeah, it finished with an error. Okay. So I don't know. I can put it on this one that I'm booted to. If I can find it. There it is. I'll go back to that 232 and see if, no, it won't work. The one I'm booted to will be fine. Then I can just put it in there. Yeah. Close that for now. Okay, now I want to go to, yeah. ASRock. I think I can change the name, okay. Well, let's put the date. What is it, 21 or so? We'll just go with that. I won't put a file extension because I think it uses HTML or something. I think it'll do it automatically. Now it's benchmarking. Do not move the mouse. Right. Sorry. Okay. But I need to get this stuff out of the way. See, there's a mount GTK in front of it. I can't. It's in the way. Now I can run Party Magic in here, but it takes a while to get it all going, and this is all I'm going to do in here. That's what I want to do in Fedora, so that I can show what I'm doing well, you know. If it seems like it's running okay, I mean, I've ran it for long periods of time in Party Magic and everything. I think maybe it just, well, it's blinking though. Well, it would be blinking. It's doing a video test. This is really the same conditions I did it in last time, I think. Let's see. Well, I might have had that 30 gig hard drive in there. Yeah, I think it was in there by itself last time. But of course, the one with Windows 7 on it. This one has got the new Fedora 26 on it. So that would be this is the condition it's going to be running in. Those little bubbles, they're mesmerizing. They mess up my eyes. Wow, can't really look at them. Okay. Yeah, let's open it. Oops, that gives it a lot to do. It's uh-oh, it locked up. You know that happened before. 32 bits not the key. So I run a hardware stress test, and it locks up trying to open up Firefox. Now this time it looks sort of like a tweed jacket or something. I don't know if you can see that in the camera at all, but it's got beige and blue, the blue lines, beige like backgrounds, and then dots, black dots, brown dashes. I mean, it's almost pretty. It looks like some kind of cloth. I noticed in the videos you couldn't see any of that. It was just solid white washed out. So there is a problem with this machine. It's not, or maybe what broke the Windows 7. I wonder, I think I'll well, I took out the USB stick. I'm going to boot it back to Fedora 26. And if I want to look at that report, I'll have to plug in my stick again, just because I believe it got saved to the stick. It had already saved it before it crashed trying to open up Firefox. So maybe, well, you know, with this other machine that had a bad power supply, I put I think it was a 330 watt power supply in it. I don't know if it'll have the cables to run this motherboard though. I don't know if it has enough. The motherboard cable, the biggest one, I don't know if it has. Well, and then the 4-pin. It has a 4-pin. Yeah, this one's just a 4-pin. It's not like a 6 or anything. I can see that. So I might be able to put that power supply in here. Man, I'm disappointed. I thought I was about ready. This thing was all ready to about ready to go. One good thing is I can change the power supply without affecting any, you know, operating system or anything. I think that's the next logical step is if I have a power supply that will work in it that's known to be good and more powerful, and put it in here and see if that's what it is. I mean, it could be the memory. But like I said, I'm not going to, if I was to be buying memory and stuff like that, of course, if the power supply has been running badly for a while, it could have actually damaged the motherboard. Now, usually, like I said, I've read horror stories, but I haven't actually seen it happen to me. And I don't mean it can't. I'll put my little USB 32 gigabyte in there. Mount it right up. Now let's see if we can look at our report. Thing crashed like that in Fedora, right? Yeah, it was Fedora. And it crashed it in Party Magic 32-bit. So it's not the 64-bit 32-bit thing. That's not it. Okay. Documents. See if we can tell. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's not the right one, is it? No, it didn't get saved. 0 bytes today. I don't know why there's another one ahead of it in the list when I organized them by date, but ASRock boot repair disk text today. I'll look at that, but this one's 0 bytes, so it didn't get saved before it crashed, the hard info report. It's in HTML. I guess if I wouldn't have tried to open it up in Firefox, it might have gotten saved before it crashed. But I'm glad that I saw that it crashed when it shouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. It just confused me later when I try to open it and I don't, I'm thinking it was a good file. Okay, now AbiWord's acting crazy, but it may be this because this machine's not working right. Boot repair disk report. Oh, that's what that is. Right. Well, just to have something to do on it, to kind of stress it a little, like normal use, let's see if we can use it normally. I mean, I don't think it matters. I think we already figured out we can't. But I've been wanting to look at one of these reports anyway. I don't think that got copied. Dang it. I don't have my multiple desktops. Oh, yes, I do. Move this to the right. There. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I did that and copied it. Copy. Paste and go. There we go. We got it this time. Okay, here we go. I don't want to keep running. Well, that quit blinking now, but let's close AbiWord since it's acting funny. Okay, let's see. I want to save this now while I'm thinking about it. Alright. Lilo is installed in the MBR of dev SDA. Lilo? That was a boot repair disk. Lilo did that? I mean, boot repair disk put Lilo in there? I want to grub. Oh. SDA1, grub for DOS, FAT32. No errors found. The boot parameter block. SDA4. ISO 9660. Boot grub config. Drive SDA 32 gigabyte. Okay, that's my little SD card. Okay, and then SDA1 2048 about 32 SDA4 no, it's got numbers and then 0 empty. Then device loop O SDA1 VFAT 32 gigabyte. Okay, SDA4 boot repair disk. Oh, this is the boot repair disk. Yeah, that's not the one from the other day. This is from today. Okay. And then dev ZRAM. Oh, okay. Swap. Okay. And then I'm still not seeing the drives on the machine. Oh, it was just a 30 gigabyte drive. I unplugged the other one, didn't I? Menu list. Long report. Trying to find something besides the what I booted off of. There's the actual code from the hex dump from the SDA1. Okay. What's the boot MBR boot code? But that would still be the 32 gigabyte drive. It says default no AS or when FET. Default repair of the boot repair utility will not act on the MBR. Additional repair will be performed. Repair file system. Force unmount all. Okay. Everything. FSCK. Okay, it's right. That's what the Linux command is. FSCK. Okay. Automatically removing dirty bit. Oh, dirty bit is set. If this was not properly unmounted and some data may be corrupt. Automatically removing dirty bit. I guess that's something about the test. I don't know what a dirty bit is to be. I thought it was like, I don't know what it is, a corrupted bit. There is a difference between the boot sector and its backup. This is mostly harmless. Differences of original backup. Okay. Bunch of stuff there. Not automatically fixing this. Don files download, spiral on PDF, truncating file, PDF. That's an ISO and D64 mate Don's files. That's on the 32 gigabyte drive. What did it do? Try to fix itself? Maybe I should have done the advanced, because I think it tried to fix the boot of the drive out the little SD card I booted to. And it looks like it ran FSCK on all my files on my easy to boot system. ISO Linux to Bane. Yeah, that's where it's working here. Glad I looked at that. All it did was, I mean, it wasn't broken in the first place, but it just worked on my easy to boot. It didn't work on. Okay, I was looking. Well, I thought never saw NTFS in there. VFAT, but that's what the 32 gigabyte SD is. So it fixed that. So I should have. Now that the machine's acting crazy without the Windows drive in it, I'm not going to put it back in there and run it again. But maybe I should have went ahead and done advanced and made sure it was going to the drive I wanted it to go to, because it defaulted to it. It found the it ran on itself. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, but I guess that makes sense because, you know, I'm extracting and booting an ISO, and it just happens to be on this drive. So, and it almost looks to me like, I mean, it sees an SDA and an SDA4, and they both say on USB mass storage device, right down in here. So, whoops, down in this area, and it is not even seeing. It sees a swap. I think that's probably a temporary swap device, ZRAM 0 and 1, that were made by, or they may be on the 32 gigabyte card permanently, or they're made by it temporarily in a live system. Not sure, but I don't know if Easy to Boot has swap on it or not. I don't remember. But yeah, this is it did not ever touch or see the to 30, 28 gigabytes. What I think it shows up as in the 30 gigabyte hard drive with Windows 7 on it. Never saw it. So that solves the one mystery. Why does it? They keep saying they fixed it and it's not fixed. It's fixing. It must be something that's fooling them, because it's not a regular USB stick. It's not a CD. It's a SD card and a USB adapter. So it must be showing up like a hard drive to these applications. It's not a normal thing. It's just something I decided to try, and been working. So, but it may be a little bit of I wouldn't call it a bug. It's just because of the way because of what I'm doing here. I'm not using a regular USB device. I'm using an SD card and a USB adapter. So it, like I said, I think it's looking to these operating systems, these rescue systems, like well, it's showing up as USB, but it's not showing up as a hard drive. It's saying that it's USB. Live USB, SDA live USB. Okay, and then USB mass storage. Yeah, it sees that. But yeah, I think I probably should have used, instead of using the default and letting it do it, so all of it on its own, I should have pointed it to, if it can see it, the C drive, what would be the C drive, the Windows 7 drive. Okay, well that's very interesting. I'm glad I looked at that. And I did save that, didn't I? Oh, it's in downloads. Yeah, because that's what I just went ahead and that's the default. Downloads is the default download folder. Why is there so much in downloads? Oh, because I'm on the 32 gigabyte drive. It's like, what? Well, let's go to. But I might try to run TeamViewer or install it. But let's get. We'll see. If it's going to keep crashing, there's really not much point. Dawn downloads. There it is. Yeah, I want to put it on. I am going to put it in my files there. Yeah. Put it in there, and then go back to Dawn documents. That's where I would really want it for now. Let's see. Yeah, now let's go to Dawn downloads and delete that. Okay, now, but let's go to my files and go to the downloads in there. Let's see if we can do. Why am I not seeing remote VNC, remote Tiger VNC? No, not Tiger. I want. Oh, they're organized by date. That's why I'm having trouble finding stuff. VNC TeamViewer. That's what I want. 12. Now this is an RPM based. Let's see. What's that? 12. Which one's the newest? Now I want them by the date again. Okay, make sure you got the. Yeah. Okay. TeamViewer RPM, and the other one's older, right? 16. Yeah. Okay, now let's see. Open with the MX package installer. Right click and say open with the MX package installer. It's trying to do it. Let's see if it can. Probably going to need my root password to do that, but let's see. If it can install it, it wouldn't install it for Fedora 25, at least not when it was live. This is installed, so. No, it wouldn't install. No, I tried it on my Dell 1525 laptop. I tried to install it, and it wouldn't work. We'll see if it can do it. If it can do that, then I can show all this on the remote desktop in a nice, clear desktop video. Whatever's wrong with it from here on out. If I just realize here that what I'm thinking, that maybe that power supply can't run it, then I will. That it's probably on its way out. It would be the reason, I think, because it's got one hard drive now. You know, it's used to run fine like that. If it and it, you know, it somehow, and that might be what happened. It crashed and corrupted the Windows 7 system. So because of the power supply, so it's crashed once on Fedora 16 and once on Part of Magic tonight, this morning. So anyway, if that's what it is, and I guess I'll probably yank that power supply that I just put in that other machine out of it and put it in here, because I don't have any more to use. And but I won't do it tonight. I'm getting tired, so I get done fiddling around here, I'm gonna quit. I guess I'll quit and eat supper and stuff like that. Quit and get ready for bed, I guess. Now that I've got my schedule turned around badly, I'd like to stay up as long as I can to get back on getting up in the morning, but it's only 4 in the morning and I'm already getting pretty tired. But I'll probably end up staying up a 3 more hours, but that'll take me that long to eat. If all I did was eat supper and take a shower and all that stuff, it'd take me that long. So, and pick up all my stuff. I have so much stuff I had to move around to do this. I don't have room to leave it all out. And I don't want, well, a lot of it I want to put away because I don't want to get dusty and dirty, my mics and stuff. Cover them so they won't get covered in dust. That's just taking forever. I kind of thought, well, I'll switch off to something else, like get on my other machine, but if I do that, then I won't be able to see what's going on here, and I might miss exactly what I need to see. But it almost looks like it's just hung up. Usually it doesn't take this long. Sometimes it does, I guess, because I'm installing from an RPM file. Oh, I forgot. This file is actually on my little SD card, and a lot of times you'll get hung up with file permission problems when you try to install from a drive that was written on another machine. But if you copy the file over to the machine you're on, then it gets the permissions of the user and the machine you're on, and then you're all right. But I don't want to interrupt it. I want to wait for it to tell me it can't do it, or do it, you know. It might break the install where it would never work if I interrupt it. But yeah, I keep forgetting that. It's usually better to copy it over. Even with Windows, I actually learned that in Windows, that particular little thing. And I never thought it would be a problem in Linux, but I've seen it happen. It's messing around using this SD card, you know, since I've had it. Probably saw it before. I used to use hard drives on my hard drive adapter and do stuff like this. It's more tricky because when you're trying to boot up to a hard drive that's in a USB adapter, it confuses systems a lot. You don't know what to do with it, or you got to change settings, maybe even go change settings in the BIOS or something to get it to work. But when you run these live OSs off their ISOs, that's where you get the confusing things, like what just happened there. You know, with the boot repair disk, it went straight to the SD card and fixed the boot on it when it actually wasn't broke, and said, okay, it's done. So that's the danger in just using a simple one or two click thing like that automatic. Automatic's not always right. You need to know what's going on and learn enough to know whether or not it's working right, or if it did work right and all that. Well, that's really taken forever. I'm wondering if I have the that'll still be running. I'll leave it running, you know. Now what did I do? I minimized it somehow. There it is. This is so backwards to me, all this stuff at the top instead of the bottom, that it's like, where'd it go? Well, I want to go back up another directory. Yeah. Documents. What I'm wondering is, no, I don't have another. you've been to. Oh, I had something to tell me. I didn't save another text file with the hard info report. ASRock repaired disk text. That's the one from today. Yeah, I don't have an older one of those with a link. Now I might have done a screenshot of it. That was not it, but it doesn't mean I don't have it. These are screenshots from, I think, from live systems. They shouldn't be on here if they're not, I wouldn't think. Unless I thought they were helpful, and yeah, there's some errors from trying to install something, TeamViewer, on one of the, probably that Fedora 25 system. Yeah, usually I take screenshots because you usually can't copy the screen you're in, you know, copy and paste the text, but that time I could. I think I have a lot in here. I was just, sometimes I just have to keep going until I go through all of them to find out whether or not what I want's in there. Paste bin, I know I saved it somewhere, that paste bin from the other day when I ran hard info or hard, whatever that's called there, on this machine with the 30 gigabyte hard drive in it. Oh, it's a screenshot of a YouTube video, and it has a login screen on my laptop. It's like, what is all that? Open 264 codec. I guess that's the one that comes with Firefox, but it might not be installed yet. Sometimes it's not. It might not be on always activate. Maybe I need to look at that. I wonder if that's why they wouldn't play that. That right there, message. I don't know, but right now that's one of my least problems. Getting all that stuff working right. First, you got to make sure the system works right. Well, there's a lot of screenshots in here. I didn't know there were so many. Or am I going around and seeing the same ones again? I think I might have. Yeah, I think I've started over. I think I went through them all. That's just hung up. Okay. Oh, crap. I hate it when it does that. It was looking for the root password and it was behind that window. It didn't pop up in the front. Piece of crap. Makes me mad when it does that. Let's go ahead and close that browser window. Okay. Go back to this drive. Now this time I'm going to go ahead and copy it so that since I remembered that, I might have had trouble anyway. There. 12. Let's copy 524, and the other one's 16. Okay, copy. I don't really need that old one anymore. Well, I think I kept it for a while because I was afraid the new one wouldn't run. Sometimes that happens, you know. They don't run on. They have a little problems here or there. Okay, now let's put it in downloads. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and open with package installer, and this time, there, now it popped up in front, like it should. Thank you. Could have been my fault because I maximized that. I might have done it exactly when that was trying to pop up. Now that's more like it. Let's see. It also needs to do all this other stuff too. I still haven't 41 megabytes. I still haven't set that theme to something that I want it to be. that I like better. So far, so good. Well, I thought that was taking forever. Now I'm getting hungry. Now it is getting my supper time. Supper time at 4:12 a.m. Okay. Now it's running fine. It'll watch it crash on me while I'm in the middle of installing this. But I don't understand. You know, well, it would make sense. Power supplies act very erratic when they're working but not working right. You know, when they start getting old and weak. Yep. If it was memory going bad or memory errors, well, you would. Of course, I could run mem check on it, and I guess that wouldn't be a bad idea. But you can get memory errors because of a bad power supply. You will. So that could fool you. But yeah, I can do that. I can run. Okay, it looks like it actually worked. So it's installed successfully. So let's go see if we've got Team Viewer. There it was. I was mistyping. Now let's see if it'll work. It installed, and it wouldn't install in Fedora 25. I don't know what was the difference. Of course, I was trying to do it in Mate, but that shouldn't make any difference. You know, XFCE or Mate. Now let's see if it runs. It hasn't opened. There it goes. Yeah. Okay, accept the license agreement. Here we go. Okay. You are in remote control mode. Switch to meeting mode. Oh, cool. This is your ID. Okay. And enter the remote computer's ID there. Always have your computers with you. Connect easily without remembering the numbers. That's if you join their website. That thing on the right. This thing right here. You can sign up, and I never have done that because I don't want all that my stuff about my computer stored on somebody's server somewhere to get hacked. It's hard enough just trying to. That's giving the control to someone else, you know. It's hard enough to take care of your own stuff. So I'm going to need this number and the password over on my other machine. Okay. Can't write. And it does change that password every time you restart it, I believe. So it doesn't when you run it in portable mode, but it does when it's installed, I think. Oh, can't type. No, that'll work. There we go. Still writing. Okay. Now then. Not done yet. That's better. Okay. Well, that's really cool so far. I mean, it looks like it's going to work. I should have done that a long time ago for first day. 884. I messed up, and it makes my letters not look right. Makes it hard to tell what I've got. Okay, now, what do I do? Switch. Of course, I just realized I also haven't done my first update on this new install, and sometimes they will crash until you do your first update. Oh, okay. So maybe I better do that first update. Let's see. Desktop screencast. Team viewer. Team viewer. Come on up there. There we go. Yeah, that thing there. We don't need that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Cool. Isn't that better? Desktop. Okay. Well, it always does that. It gets smaller when you... There we go. Alright, it's been a while since I've checked my stream. I've been over there on that machine. I think the machine's like me, it's getting tired too. Almost 2 hours, but we still have a good stream. Now there's what I was showing. Okay. There we go. Okay. Everything's still okay though with OBS. Alright. There's our new system. Oh, that's what I can do. Let's see, I'm gonna put my, before I forget, I'm gonna stick things, get my sticky notes organized the best way here. There we go. Okay. I don't think there was a ton of updates, so I'll go ahead and do the updates, do them in the terminal window, because that usually is the most successful way to do it. Might have worked okay, but DNF update. I'm finally starting to break down and use DNF instead of yum commands. Okay, 382 megabyte. I wonder if I've already done an update. That's about normal, I guess. That's probably the very first update. I think so. Still probably won't take forever, but it may be a little longer than it's pretty fast. If you have a decent internet connection. Of course, that's just, well, that's downloading them, and then it will start installing them. So however long it takes to download them, it'll take about twice that long to install them. So we're at, 83 of 339, 92. It's going pretty fast. But yeah, I don't want to, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to give it anything else to do while it's doing this, because it has crashed. I was a little leery of running it a while ago, but got to do it. And that could be exactly why it already crashed. So I sure wish I could install that Hard Info app on here. You know, I might be able to find it and install it from an RPM. I'll look in the package manager again first, see if I just didn't spell it out right, you know, or something, write it out right in a way that's going to find it. And because I'd like to run it on here, you know, in Fedora and see if it crashes again like that, like it did in Party Magic, then it's crashed 2 times, or 2 or 3 times in Party Magic. This machine has, and I thought it had to do with the 32 and 64-bit, but that wasn't it. Yeah, see, it's already downloaded them all. Now it's running the transaction check, whatever that exactly means, and then not quite sure. Always seen it, and then running transaction test. The check succeeded. Okay, now it's preparing. Oh, upgrading. It's installing them now. When it says upgrading, like that's installing the updates to the package. Gives you the package name. So it's doing that part now. So that was pretty fast. And I already forgot where I was when I got off on that, but I was talking about something. But oh, the Hard Info app, yeah. I'd like to run it in Fedora if I can, and see if that makes it crash. I'll do just like, if I can remember, I'll do just like I did. I'll go ahead and tell it to open up in Firefox, because I know that makes it work hard. It takes it. Sometimes I've seen in Party Magic, I've seen it take a minute or two to actually open it up in Firefox for some reason. And Party Magic is kind of odd in the way it works, because it uses very, very little memory, but it's really heavy on the resource, the CPU usage, and it will do that. It will almost kind of lock up the system for a while trying to open up Firefox or something like that, and maybe some other apps that they're maybe heavier on the resource usage. Now this has got a lot to do. Now it's 57 of 668, so there's lots of apps to install now. But it's still pretty fast. But I mean, this actually takes longer than the downloads did. So, no, it's amazingly fast at updating and doing all that stuff. But yeah, that after this first update, that's when you're going to know whether or not the system's going to run right. I had forgotten a minute ago. So surprised about things not working right, and then just now beginning to sink in. Oh yeah, you haven't even done your first update, so don't completely judge that system yet. I was always talking about the power supply and everything. They sometimes will act wonky, and I have seen them crash. They don't usually crash. Usually you just see a kernel. You'll see some app kernel panic, or not a kernel panic usually does crash the machine, but kernel errors and stuff and just different things like that you'll see, but it doesn't usually. And sometimes the GUI will the X11 when they ran the X11 GUI server, it would crash, but then it would start itself back up usually, or maybe you would log out and you'd have to log back in and then it would work again or something. But it didn't usually completely lock up the whole machine like it crash like it did here. But well, that's at 155. But let's see. Normally, stuff like this, I would say, go out and come back later when it's done. But it's going fast, and I actually kind of want to get done with this video, and then I don't want to. I mean, I could stop it and start again, but it's already so long. Why not just kind of finish it, I guess? Because I don't really want to start another one tonight, and it would, if I did, I wouldn't go very long. I wouldn't get much done. I'm not in the mood to do any more tonight. I'm tired. So can go on my regular machine and look up hardware lister. Oh, let's look. I can look in the repos. Yeah. And I still use Yum Extender instead of Yum DNF Extender. Yum Extender DNF. On this one, you can't get it in anything. I don't think you can get it in anything newer than Fedora 23. So let's see if hard info can be found in here. The searcher is much better. I watch it not be. Starts out, I'll install it in here, but this thing is so the root drive is so close to full. Maybe I should install anything else in here. I installed something the other day, and and after a while that same day it got down to, I think it was the same day. It got the warning, you only have 1.8 gigabyte of space. Oh no, that wasn't that same day. I installed something, and then within a week of doing that, I got that warning. But I think that was because I was using Audacity audio recorder to record like a 30-40 minute cassette tape onto here, and I guess it filled up the temp files, the temp folders, you know, in the root directory. Okay, I didn't come up with anything that way. Kind of figured it wouldn't. Let's go back over here. Yeah, it's still working away. 251. Okay, now it's got stuff, but it's just called hard info. That's the name that was in the app. Remember that, yeah. And I don't see what I'm looking for. Let's see, system info. That's what was written at the top of it, was system info. Nope, I don't believe so, because there's only one with a HA. There's no hard info or anything like that. So it's just not available in the Fedora repos. Unless it has another name in the, you know, of the package file name. You can do that. You can start typing, and it will search within your search there. Close that. I think I'm going to close that. There we go. 300. Okay, now I'm going to go to the web browser if I can. Yeah, it looks like I can. And just do a regular web search for it. I guess first I'll go make another check-in on my, I don't remember, I've already forgotten how long. I'm really getting tired, aren't I? Forgotten how long it was since I checked it. It wasn't very long, I don't think. I don't think it was very long at all since I checked it. Okay. Just get out of there so it won't be using up memory. Okay, it actually knew about it. Google knew about that app. Yeah, Hard Info Community, GitHub, Ubuntu. There it is, SourceForge, GitHub. Okay, this is what I want. This is it. That's Ubuntu. I don't need Ubuntu. Okay. GitHub. It might have been on SourceForge and then, yeah, and moved to GitHub. what people have been doing that a lot. Okay. System profiler benchmarking tool. Yep. Hardinfo.org. This time I didn't scan those before I went to them, but I was definitely going to scan before I downloaded. But I'm going off to the website. I'll look. Cloner download. Okay, there it is right there. Let's read it. Let's see. Hardinfo is a system benchmark for Linux systems. That's probably just what I need to save my bookmarks. You can do report in HTML or plain text, whichever way you want. I like the HTML when it's available. It's easier to read usually. You can build it, but hopefully we won't have to do that. Or will we? Let's see. Create a build. Oh, you got to have some GTK and zlib and stuff. Yeah, when you can't install it from the repo, you might end up being a pain to install. If you got to make it, it may not have, yeah, because it doesn't look like it. It's just, I don't know if it has, like, you know, deb files and RPM files and all like that. Let's go to the website first. Watch it go right back. Yeah, it goes right back there. Okay. Well, best thing to do then is, I wanted to see if there was any issues. Oh, I don't. What I'm really looking for is, are there, okay, these are the file lists right here. Yeah, I don't see any RPMs or anything, so we don't actually need this page. Now, before I even do anything else, before I forget. So that's why I've never been able to get it. That's why I don't have it and don't use it all the time on my Linux systems. It's not in the repos. It takes a long time for my bookmarks to open up where I can make a new folder because I have so many, I think is what it is. If I switch off of there, it'll probably close it to, I want to go look at the other window, but better do this first. Okay, let's see if I can, well, I'll click on it and then I think it'll ask me to, I think it'll go ahead and ask me, yeah, I can scan it with virus total that way. There's a mosquito. No, it's a gnat. It landed on my screen. Darn it. I ended up squishing it on my screen. It just stopped. It's like it was magnetized to it, to go to it. And that's I've got gnat all over my screen. I've got some cleaner here though. I keep thinking you'll see what I'm doing, but you're not, because I'm doing remote desktop now. Right? Okay. It's, oh, I think we got in there just as it was finishing up. 668 of 668. Okay, let's just watch that. That's what we need to know right there. That'll show us the end. Script complete. Oh, it's doing cleanup now. Okay. Started to say I'll reboot it after this, but you don't really need to reboot after updates in Linux, hardly ever. So, verifying. So, it's such a wonderful way to install or update apps. I mean, it's so much better than having to do them one at a time. I mean, if you can install in Linux, you know, in the package manager, you can select several. Well, sometimes you get in trouble doing that. You get conflicts and stuff. But I used to select like 30 of them, you know. But you can run scripts to install stuff. Okay, it's done, complete. You can run install scripts. You can make them, or you can do group installs and stuff like that, which is what I'm going to do to get this system built up. I think if this machine even works. So there we go. Now what I would do a lot of times is let's look first. I would select all. It doesn't matter really on a first update, but if you're trying to do a specific thing, and yeah, see, it's not all in there. Some terminal apps will, this is just whatever the default was with XFCE, will show everything that you did, and some of them will only show the last however many lines, you know. So that's done, so I'm just going to close it. But anyway, I'll save things like where I'm trying to copy, like if I copy and paste commands from my website to tell me how to do something or whatever, I'll save all that as a text file, and then I'll know exactly the next time I need to know without having to run it again. I can go look through it. So, yeah, TeamViewer, we don't want to cut that off or anything. I think I'll put it back like that. No, let's put it up there. It was get confusing to me. So, that's all done. Yeah, you didn't really haven't been able to see this before because I was on the camera. So, this is what it looks like. And I haven't really added a lot to it yet at all. These are what apps comes with it. The only thing I added was I'll open AbiWord and see if it does that crazy blinking that it did before. I'll open a file like I did before and see if it does it. I added hardware lister. Let's see, where did it do it? I guess it doesn't matter whether I'm on my little SD card or the hard drive, but let's go ahead and look through the settings. I don't remember if I showed that part. And then Yum DNF extender, that's doesn't have regular Yum. You can't put it on there in the newer versions of Fedora. Canon Fedora 23, I did that, but mail reader, I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm going to use Thunderbird. It's not going to be Thunderbird, I remember that. And let's see. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, one of the things I was opening was, that's weird the way that is. Keeps dropping out. Pop out menus more and more and more. Let's see that. I don't know if that'll open in. Yeah, that opens in everywhere. Okay, it's still doing it. Blinking like crazy. It quit now when I made it full screen. And let's open that. Oh no. It's starting to do it again. It's doing it slower. It's not doing it because I put my mouse up there. I don't think so. Now let's see about that other, what was the other one that's bigger? I think it was that ETP server log. No, it was the hardware report text. Now this is bigger, server log. That was the one I think that really blinked like crazy. Go ahead and make it full screen and see if it does it. Takes a while to open this one up. There. That blinking. And I'm not even moving the mouse this time. I'm just sitting there waiting to see it do it. Okay, now that may be that AbiWord does that. Period. Okay, so yeah, there's the PDF menu for the ASRock motherboard. That's what it is. N68C. Well, this is, I don't remember which one it is. There's two of them in this group here. There's a GS and a CS. I don't remember which one it is. And that Ubuntu paste bin. that was the thing I was reading through for so long. That'll open up in Firefox. That's an HTML file. Now that's what when it was trying to open that up in Parted Magic, that's what crashed it, the machine, and didn't even. This is another one. Well, this is no, that was the report, hard info report. I'm sorry. This is what I read through, and I finally figured out that it didn't fix the boot. It didn't even mention C drive. You know, what was the C drive? It only saw the USB drive. Mass storage, SDA1 and SDA4. It never saw. Let's search for it. Didn't ever see any other SDAs but SDA1 and 4. Well, yeah, that's right. And SDB, I don't believe there is an SDB. No SDB in there. So it never saw the drive that I was wanting to fix, the Windows 7 drive. It ran itself on the drive that I booted from, the SD card and the USB adapter, which was a bit odd, unexpected anyway. Maybe it's not odd at all, but and then I went to my YouTube channel. I want to redo all this stuff now. I'm not going to redo all the doing this, but and I won't even play another video from here, but that worked okay, except for it won't play the live stream, not until after it's been converted. But yeah, I guess now that I've done my first update, I'll get back on here and run it a while. Oh, let's go see. Now, this is the main thing I was wondering. Okay, yeah, that's a clean. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be downloading the file, that hard info file, and it's clean. So, yeah, it's a zip file. Okay. Sometimes I go ahead and save that to the my folder since I've already scanned it. Save that scan report page. That way I won't, if it's close to when I did it, I won't have to rescan it again. Okay, now, hard info. Let's open it up and see what's in there. Info, hard info master. If it would run CMake, yeah, when you see CMake and all that stuff in there, you're probably going to have to, compile it and do all that stuff. Yeah, probably. It doesn't look like you'd just be able to run it. Maybe. There's a hard info file. I'm look at the README and see. If you could just run it in portable mode, then that's what I would do. That's weird. Oh yeah, I didn't unzip it. I didn't unzip it yet. So you can see when you double click on a file in Crusader, it will just extract it in a temp folder. It won't. So what I think I'll do is unpack it. I saw that there was a folder inside of there, so it should. Yeah, it won't be a big mess there. It'd be that right there. It'll put if you don't see a folder name in there right off, then you're probably gonna have a big mess of files all in your downloads folder. I mean, you will. Let's see, hard info. Requires GTK, glibs, lib, glib, zlib, optional, libsoup, building, create a build directory from, and then build info, hard info. Okay, tells you how to do it all, like stuff in this command line. CMake install. I didn't think it would have the word portable in there, but I thought I'd look. The word run is only in there once. So you gotta do all that. Well, I'm not doing it now. I do like this app well enough to try to see if I can do it, but not right now. So I'm trying to figure out if I just have that as a zip file and that file there, I'll probably end up not realizing, you know, I don't know how to, can't say it right. I'm going to make me a folder. There we go, hard info app. Then I'll put them in the folder. That's all I'm trying to say. There we go. Now, and then when I get ready to if I decide to try to install it, now I'll have it all ready to try and install. Okay, so check the stream, and then I think I'm gonna quit. I think yeah, I'm just getting really tired. So looks like we're still doing good, and we'll bet we can hear myself. Looks like we're still doing good. Yep, heard that. Okay. So, well, I mean, it's been running and ran through the updates and stuff this time, so didn't crash again. Oh, let's go ahead and get that. Let's just go ahead and take out that. Said unmount finished, but it didn't. But it's still showing like it's still there. That's weird. I've never seen that before. It said you could safely remove it. Trying to find my little cap for my. I like to keep the dirt out of it, the dust out of it. My SD card USB adapter, I have a little cap I put on it. It didn't come with it, but I just happen to have one from a cable or something. I think it fits it perfectly. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to get that out of there that way. I actually forgot it. It was still in the machine from yesterday, so I thought I better get it out. But yeah, I did the safely remove or whatever, and it thanks. And it went blank. Somebody came in and brought me something. Well, you saw what it did. I can't even remember to say it. It did. Usually, when you unmount something, it completely goes off the screen. It doesn't turn dark. But it said it's safe to remove it. So once I removed it, then it went off the screen. So I guess that's something new in Fedora 26. So yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about this machine now. I was not expecting to have. Once I installed Fedora 26 and did all that, I wasn't expecting to have hardware trouble with it. But I'm not so sure whether or not I have hardware trouble, which my first suspect would be that power supply. Then the second would be the memory, but. Of course, just because that motherboard is only fairly new and supposed to be a good brand, I mean, they get good reviews, and the ASRock doesn't mean it couldn't go wrong. Well, motherboards usually don't go bad unless they have bad cap syndrome. I mean, I've got all these super old computers, and of course, the older they are, the better, the longer they last. I've got TRS-80 sitting here that runs like a brand new machine from 1983. So, and then you got that E-Machines motherboard with bad caps that's only probably about 5 years old, maybe 7 years old or something. You know, and that motherboard already died. So, you have to do reverse thinking about which ones would actually be more likely to go out. So, let's see. Well, I'm really glad that I'm very glad, just because I love using remote desktop, especially to make videos. I'm very glad that it just worked in Fedora 26. I fought with that Fedora 25. I tried it in live mode. I tried it when it was installed, and I just knew it had to work. And I got it. I installed all these different things, and I tried installing Vino server. You know, I tried TeamViewer, and I finally got Vino, or I think it was Vino, one of the remote desktop servers to work with KRFB. That's a KDE app that a GUI app that will turn on and turn off. Instead of you having to do all this junk in the command line and edit files and stuff, it'll turn on and turn off the server. Even though I didn't run KDE desktop, it'll run. Most KDE apps will run in Mate or whatever desktop. And I use a lot of KDE apps. That Crusader file manager I like so much that I use every day. I keep it open all day. That's a KDE app. But anyway, I got it to the point to where it would I could control the machine, but I couldn't, like I'm seeing and showing what I'm doing right here. You couldn't see what you were doing. So on the remote machine, which is what that's what you're seeing right now. But I could look over there. It was my laptop, so I could look over there at the screen and see that it was working, but I couldn't see it over here. That I had it installed on my laptop. But anyway, right. So far it's running fine now. After that last crash, it hasn't acted up again, and I think AbiWord, I think it's always done strange things like that. I don't know why. It would, still be doing that after all these years. That was one of the first word processing. I guess it came with the first Fedora system. Fedora 5, I think, is what I started with in 2005. I think it was on there. I know it was on there, but I don't remember if it had like OpenOffice on there too or not. Or if I ended up discovering it and putting it on there. I don't remember when I discovered it. I remember using it a lot. I used to use it a lot because there was that, AbiWord, and some other app. Could have been a KDE Office app or something that I was using. And yeah, I think I was using other things. There's AbiWord. I think I was using other things until I discovered OpenOffice, or until it came out. I think it might have came out after 2005. And when you just open it and there's no file, then it's just opens. That's what I thought. It's a pretty good word processor, but it won't do. Actually, I won't say because I haven't used it in years. I'm not so sure that it will. I don't even really remember. I don't think you could save files in doc format and everything like and use it, open it up in a Windows Office, Microsoft Office, and stuff like you could with OpenOffice and LibreOffice. Getting hoarse. So, I'm going to quit for today, and yeah, my volume will work just fine. Oh, wait, I think that might be my main machine, but it will work. Yeah, I probably would have made that show if it was, yeah, okay. That was my main machine, but it will work when I'm actually on the machine. I don't know if it works. It may not work in remote desktop. I think maybe it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna shut the machine down, and that'll shut the TeamViewer session. That's the best way to do that. Unless you, of course, I have the KVM switch, and I could go over there and switch it, but turn it off. But then it wouldn't be shown in the video like that. Okay, there we go, and it's going down. It hadn't gone down yet, but it will. Should. Okay, so Well, there's the yeah, the hard info. Now I know why I never do see it on my. I thought I was just not searching right, but it's just flat not in the Fedora repos. I'm sure it can take a long time. That ASRock sometimes takes a long time to shut down. Guess I should go look and see what it's doing. Oh, I forgot to switch. Oh, it's at the Fedora screen. Fedora icon. I forgot to. I was on my regular desktop here. There we go. Now let's switch back over there. I don't know. I think it's okay though. Well, it may be taking a while since I did those updates. There may be something it has to do, to finish those installing those updates after all. Yeah, you would kind of think they would do that on the next boot up. There it goes. You would kind of think it would do that on the next boot up, but I don't know. Maybe not. I think Windows does that, but that doesn't mean that's how Linux would do it. Okay, so yeah, as much as I was trying to fix that Windows hard drive, I mean that Windows system, this is really all I need out of it right now. We'll see. I mean, I'll just have to run it some more. If it starts acting up again, and then I will have to look into the power supply. I mean, this is definitely the machine I would put that power supply in. I would just let that other one go without one. It's just I remember if it's a Pentium 4 Celeron-D, the one I put it in, but it's definitely not worth the better power supply. This one would be. Because it's usable machine as long as it's not broke. I mean, it's a dual core, 2 gig RAM. So 232. That's a long enough video. Okay, so I guess we will call it a night, a day, a morning, and. There's a classic shot of Houston, Texas. Look at the fog. I went down there a few years ago, and I took that driving. It switched. I took that driving down the road. Driving. My only time I've been to Houston, I was driving in, and I don't know what time of day that was. It was like early in the morning, I think. They're famous for having a lot gridlock traffic. There wasn't a car on that freeway, and that was heading into the main town. Of course, I didn't take that one. I've never been to that beautiful place, and like to be. I love beautiful, scenery. I mean, I used to camp when I was younger and stuff like that, and there's all these places like this I would love to go to. Actually, I like a little more taller trees, a little more woodsy than that. But well, that was tall, but those may be taller than they look back in the back. I don't know. Anyway, I like the woods. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I think I'm done flipping around and talking. So this is Dawn, and I'll come back next time I work on the machine. I imagine it'll be tomorrow. We'll see. Oh yeah, I do have other things I need to do, like making phone calls and stuff, but which I'll have to do in the morning. But I'm too tired to do it this morning. I'll have to wait till tomorrow morning. So we'll see. But all right.